Okay, this is my video for my 2D Unity game. This is my home screen. It just has UI with volume and full screen. And it plays the music as soon as you go in. So I'll play the game and talk about it. I have these collectibles, and on the itch page it says you need to collect all 14 of them and get to the end with both characters to, oh my game lagged, to beat the level. And I made it so the crocodile is the only one that can pick up the collectibles, because he felt a little bit useless before, but now it's more helping him get to the collectibles that are up on the high ground, like this one. And as you saw, my jump, my ledge climb, still doesn't have an animation. Ran out of time, but my fishing rod has one now. Yeah, basically, the code's pretty simple, to be honest. Once you know how to do it, it's just a bunch of spawning prefabs, basically. Like the hook, it's just a prefab. I have a camera connected to it because the camera switching, if you're not on that character's camera, they can't move. So their priority goes from 20 to 10. So if it's 20, you're on that one, and if it's 10, you're on whatever one's highest you're on, basically. And I wanted a way to stop my character from moving while using the fishing rod, so I gave the hook its own camera. So you can follow it as it goes down, because before it felt a bit wonky. Oh, sorry. Need to climb up here. And because I'm not on Chop's camera, they can't move. I'm on the hook camera. Also because the other ways of doing it wouldn't work. There was some code disputes. Basically, this platform's a prefab. The hook's a prefab. When it touches, it's prefab that when it's its own prefab, it doesn't have any info. But when it's spawned in, sorry. When it's spawned in, I'll show you. It is given the info, on creation, on instantiation, whatever it's called. What the fuck what just happened with my hierarchy? I've never seen that before, but it doesn't matter, really. So yeah. I also have this menu, which P settings. There's a reset button, which just kills you, has the controls page, also has the import. Initially, I wanted a lot more in this game, like some interactables for my characters to touch, like a beehive, and then he'd throw a rock at the beehive to let the person pass. But I didn't get the animations done in time, so I didn't include them. The code's still here, which I will show, but the animation aren't, so they're not in the final version. But I made the level, so you don't need it. Yeah, look, I'll go to the end without picking up all the food. Oh, never mind, I picked it up. But this is the end, the win zone. So you touch it and you win. Yeah. So yeah, how much is on the time? Doesn't say, okay. So I'll go to the code. These are my main mechanics, the camera switching. It's just if the current camera is Chop camera, swaps to Croc, and if it's Croc, it swaps to Chop. The death box, which I didn't show, which I will quickly. It's pretty simple. It's just a big box with a 2D collider, box collider, and it's going underneath the whole level. This water is just a prefab I stole from online. When you touch it, it does a fade to white. Does respawn manager die, and respawn manager's here, so the die, fade to white, and then respawn all players. And respawn all players is, it respawns them at checkpoints. They're supposed to be checkpoints, but they got turned into the collectibles. And then the doors that I talked about would spawn back, but they're not. I feel like the collectibles should also spawn back, but I didn't add that. The platform, it's just a avid swap depending on the sprite facing, but it's just a prefab. It's just a 2D object, and then it despawns the platform. And also it stops their movement, and you can only use it if you're on that character. And I have a coroutine, so it does the animation beforehand. The ledge check, I'll show that as well. Turn on my gizmos. They're just two gizmo yogis, where the top one has to be touching and the bottom one has to not be touching. So I made the level so it's just barely on the cusp, as you can see. The hook script, basically it moves. There's supposed to be an error sound, but I didn't add that yet. The hooked player, it connects, and then it's supposed to do an animation, but I didn't add that animation. Oh yeah, if it hits the crocodile, it makes the crocodile the parent, so it follows the hook, basically. I've looking down and up. If you hold it, then if you press up or down, then it does the camera offset, basically. And if you're holding both, it does nothing. The movement's the same movement from class, the checkpoints, and the rest is animating and stuff I didn't use. Well, like the wind platform, just an if statement. Start menu, just UI code, just basic. Animation, more UI stuff. Oh well, that's the volume, and then the full screen button. I had a reset level, which I'll show quickly, which completely resets the scene. It's just, yeah, scene load, current scene. So it just loads the same scene. So yeah, look, I press it, Q, and it goes back, and even the food will respawn. See? I think that's it. Camera manager, it's just the priority system, basically, and then the if current camera, and then update priorities. Yeah. And the interact buttons from before. Just I had different ones for different characters. Oh, the parallax background. To be honest, I used a YouTube video, but I like how it turned out. It took me ages to do, and a lot of editing. I basically wrote like 5 different ways to do it, and this was the one that worked eventually. But it works really well. But initially I wanted the level to be more vertical, but because the parallax, the image is like so thin, then yeah. Oh, also the particles, which, to be honest, this is all broken, so I don't know. But I will find it quickly. I don't know what happened, but assets. Yeah, well, the particles are the leaves in the background, basically. I made my own image, I added it in, and then messed with it a bunch. It's just one big plane that spawns like 300 different leaves, as you can see, and they go behind the background, but in front of everything else. I think it looks nice. So, yeah, that's it.